Welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name's Tim. Today we're doing a walk around video of our 2015 Lexus F Sport. In this video we're going to walk around the outside of the car, go through the quality of this vehicle, look at the quality of the interior and some of the features as well. So starting at the front, you'll see we've got this nice big Lexus badge in the middle of our big black grille. Now this is really dynamic, aggressive looking front of the car with daytime running lights, which also double up as our indicator as well, running along here, and it's just a very sleek looking car. As for the colour, I don't know how well you can see it on the camera. I'll get the camera to come up a bit closer. It's in this sunlight, it's actually got a really nice sparkle to it. It's a very attractive looking colour. As for stone chips and stuff, let's have a look and see what we can find. I doubt we'll find much because this car is just presenting in an immaculate condition. We do have our HID lights, which is why we've got these washers just here, because that is a legal requirement when we have those. And body coloured front sensors too, making parking a vehicle like this much easier. While I've been talking, I've been trying to look for the stone chips and I haven't found any, which is really good to see. So we'll start moving around the car and we'll look at the rest of the car while we're going around. Looking under here, we've got nice, practically new tyres. Now this rim's a little dirty, but there's no scuffing on it whatsoever. So that's really good to see here. And you'll see the body shape comes around here with our F Sport badge. We've got our indicator built into the side of the mirror, and we've got a blacked out mirror cap as well to go with that combination of lighter and darker colours that we'll see throughout the car itself. I'll point out now, this car does have a sunroof. I'll show you how that works when we're inside the car. And we do have the door handle here for our keyless entry, and it's push button start as well. Really sleek lines down the body. I think I saw maybe 1 or 2 hairline scratches in the paint, but it is really sunny, so it's showing up everything, and they probably just buff out. Yeah, they barely show up. Once again, practically new tyre and zero scuffing on this rim either. It's very good to see. Now we've got this really aggressive looking back where the tail light's got a blacked out bit around it with the red reflector on the side, and an NX200t badge, because this is the 2-litre turbo version of the car, which I'm going to go over as well. I'll pull out now, I'll show you we actually do have 2 keys for this car, and when we just hold this button down here, it will beep at you and the boot will open automatically on its own. While the boot's opening, we'll look and see this car does have a reverse camera, and it's got a button up here as well to close the boot down, so you don't even have to pull it down when you're done, it just closes itself. Looking along the back scuff plate here, there's a very minimal marking. It just looks like wear and tear marks, but it's not even scratches into it, just really light into the brushed metal there. And under here we do have our safety warning triangle and flat pack. And underneath that, we got our spare wheel, our space saver just there. So we've got all our tools and a safety triangle as well. A couple of tie down points and a nice privacy cover too. So when we push this button, it'll beep and down comes the tailgate there. So it just makes it so much easier. As well as having a camera, this car does also have color-coded reverse parking sensors. Now moving around to the side, we've got our fuel filler cap on this side. When the car's unlocked, you just press on it and it pops open, and close it and it's closed. But when the car's locked, it won't open like that, so you actually don't need to worry about any sort of theft going on. Practically brand new tyres. I have found the first scratch mark into our rim, but otherwise the rim presents perfectly. Moving down the side of the car, I still haven't seen any stone chips, and any mark I sort of see I rub and it comes off. We do have our blind spot monitoring here. And this line down here is actually because the glass is a little bit of a different shape on the edge, and it bends around on the other side of that line to sort of give you more vision when you're looking in your mirrors for cars coming up the side of you. Very good to see. I'll point out quickly as well, this car does have a bit of tint and privacy glass on the back. F Sport badge again on the passenger side guard. Once again, feels like brand new tyre, 1 little mark down here. Otherwise this rim is also perfect. So this car is in brilliant condition on the outside. What I'll do now, I'll pop open the bonnet and we'll have a look at our engine underneath the hood here. As I mentioned, we do have the 2-litre turbocharged engine, and the engine bay under here, I reckon it's going to present as well as the rest of the car. This car hood is on gas struts, so when you pop it open, it does lift itself up. So have a look how clean that engine bay is. It's like I said, it is as immaculate as the car around it. So just having a look at our 2-litre 4-cylinder engine. This car will put out 175 kilowatts or 350 Newton meters of torque. It does have a 6-speed automatic gearbox, and this car does run on petrol. It does have a 60-litre tank, which means that it will get a combination around 7.9 litres per 100 Ks, or an average of 760 kilometres of range out of a full tank of fuel. This car also has, sorry, I've just lost count there. This car does have 8 airbags and a 5-star ANCAP safety rating. Alright, now moving to the interior of our NX F Sport. There are a lot of features in here and some pretty cool stuff I haven't really seen before in a car, so we're going to go over it. But we'll start to my right, we'll move our way across the car. Here we got full electric window control with child lock and child lock for the windows, as well as your side mirror adjuster and fold in button too, which will be very great for parking in tight spots. Very handy feature. Now if I move the steering wheel, I'll try and point down so you can see we got our parking sensor control, as well as our boot opening button, center diff lock, and we can just adjust the view there that we have on our camera, which is good to see. Here we've got our odometer trip for our cluster. On the steering wheel itself, towards the back, we got paddle shifters on the back, which will help if we do take this car off-road, because it is capable of going off-road. It's built off the Prado platform, which is very good to know, because it's got that Toyota toughness to it. You can actually shift through your gears, which would be very handy there as well. On the left, we've got voice control, as well as our full Bluetooth control, and we've got a little control arm back here for our cruise control, and our directional buttons here just cycle through our display, and it brings up all sorts of information. There's this, like the compass, shows you what you're listening to. You can control your auto stop start, display messages. The car's just got so many features. On the right here, we got our headlight control, as well as our indicator and fog lamp control as well. On the left here, we've got our front and rear windshield wipers, and we've got fully adjustable electric steering wheel column, so it can go up and down, back and forth, and it's fully electronic, which is very, very handy, and we can get it straight into the perfect position for driving. Push button start just here, and at this point I will point out that it does have like I said before, it's keyless entry, which is good to see. But our big control screen up here, which is actually controlled by a little mouse pad, which is just down here. I'll point that out to you right now. This little directional mouse pad here, you move your finger on it and it changes where you're looking at on the screen. As you go over options, it does bump and vibrate, and you have to physically click on it, which makes it very, very good and safe to use. So if we look up at the screen here, I'll just show you what it looks like when we're going through. So I'm just scrolling through here with my finger around to which options that we want to go to. I reckon that's amazing. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a car. There's your navigation, and you can move that around as well. Go to options. It's just really, really cool, I reckon. Just down from that, we've got a classic Lexus clock and our dual zone climate control, hard buttons here, as well as our ventilated seats and seat warmer controls, which is very, very handy to have in a car. Just down here, we got CD player, as well as our volume control and tune, just our hard buttons for our media player, but everything can be controlled off the steering wheel or the screen there. Now down here we got our eco and sports mode, as well as our auto stop start and traffic control, and electric handbrake too, which is very, very handy as well. We've got 2 cup holders and a nice little rest here for your wrist when you're using the mouse pad. Leather bound center console, and in here we do have a wireless charging station. So if you've got that case for your iPhone, or if you have an Android, you can actually use your wireless charging, which is also really, really amazing. And beneath that we reveal a really deep center console with our auxiliary and USB ports, as well as a 12 volt port in there for charging other items that might not be able to be charged off this, or even just plugging in something standard as well. Look at how nice this dash is. We've got a nice little pattern here, white stitching into the leather dash, and we've got speakers everywhere in the doors, in the dash up there. We've got 3 speakers across the top of the dash, which is very good to see. This car is in excellent condition. The leather seats with the porous leather in the middle for the ventilated seats, just awesome to see. We'll pan around the interior now, but I'll quickly show you what the sunroof looks like. So we've got this nice black cover. Slide that open, reveals our sunroof. We've got our little control here. We can open it up like that and it just slides back. There we go. Or you can even, if you like, you can just vent it to be open, which is also really, really good to see. So there you go, just open it up to be vented. let out some of the hot air. I'll pull this back over as well so we can get a good look at the interior of this car. Now, while we pan around the interior of this car, I'll mention that this car has done 29,900 kilometers, and while we look at the quality of the back seats, I'm going to check on the service history for us. So just got the nice Lexus pouch with all the books inside, the owner's manual. Yep, so here we go, service and warranty books. So it all does still come like as if you were buying the car new, but we still got all the books and everything. So being a car that's only done 29,000 k's, there's not really a whole lot to have done, but the 2 services that need to be completed have been completed by Lexus and stamped as well, which is, yeah, I can't fault this car actually. There's no marks on the outside, excluding just a little bit on those two alloy rims. That directional mouse pad, the steering wheel, the quality of this interior, this is probably one of my favorite cars I've seen come into our lot, and it's a very, very nice car. You're gonna have to come down and see it for yourselves to really appreciate the luxury that Lexus put into their car. So please give us a call on 9907 0555 and one of our friendly staff will be happy to help with your inquiry.